Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Excited to be with you today. I want to let a little of this song play, all right, as we begin to get our listeners together. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I say welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited. I am great. I am great to those of you all who are on Periscope right now. I say welcome. Those who are on Facebook Live right now, I say welcome, welcome, welcome. Truly excited that you are with me today. Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, I'm so pumped up right now. I'm excited, and I pray that you all have already removed your distractions. I pray that you have already got your pen and paper ready, right? And listen, in the event that you need something to drink, go ahead and get your tea right now. Go ahead and get your lemon water. Go ahead and get your coffee. Whatever it is that you got to get, listen, go ahead and get it. I'm going to let this music play just a little bit. But listen, I'm truly excited. Hello, Angie. Welcome, welcome. Listen, I am truly excited right now because, again, you all have taken the time out of your schedule to join me. I am LaShonda Lee. I am the CEO and founder of Walk in Favor Life Coaching. And what we do at Walk in Favor is we help women accelerate their personal and professional achievements through creating unique plans that will increase their happiness, their spirituality, their success, and their overall fulfillment in life. This is what we do. And if you haven't already done so, please share this broadcast because I'm truly excited about today's topic. If you have been with me throughout the week, you know that this week we have been we started on Thursday. And so today we're wrapping up our first week, identifying where you are. Because I always say, if you are looking to go somewhere, before you can get there, you got to be able to take a self-assessment. You got to be able to take a self-examination, right? A self-analysis, and eventually a self-correction in order for you to get where you are. Just like your GPS system. If you type in where you want to go, the GPS is going to first figure out where is your current location, so that it can map out the best plan. Right, Angie? Absolutely. Hello, Kimberly, over there on Facebook Live. And so just like the GPS would do it, you are your own GPS system, right? And so you first have to identify, where am I at? And so as you know, day one, we talked about the 3 things that you need to do in 2017. Remember that? Day 2, we talked about the various compartments of our lives because we're this one being, but we have various areas in our lives. And if we don't address them, we can be a little lopsided, right? We can get a little off balance, and then everything in our lives is off. So we have to address that. Day 3, we talked about our standards. Remember, we said our standards, our life right now reflect our standards. And so we need to raise our standards. We need to raise any unacceptable standards after we have actually identified our standards. And then yesterday, remember, we talked about wilderness mindset, right? This wilderness mindset got to go. And today, we are closing this thing out with a bang because your exercises for the week all come and boil down to this. And what am I talking about? Self-acceptance. That's what I'm talking about today. Self-acceptance, right? Because here's the thing. When you get involved in this called self-acceptance, then everything else in your life works better. And so I want to give you a little secret. I want to share with you a little secret. Are you ready for this secret? Are you ready for this secret? Here's the secret. There is nothing wrong with you. Did you hear me? There is nothing wrong with you. Periscope, there's nothing wrong with you. Facebook Live, there is nothing wrong with you. And I thank you so much for the hearts. I thank you so much for the love and the thumbs up. Listen, now that I've said that, there's nothing wrong with you. I have a few questions for you. First of all, How does that concept make you feel? And feel free to type in so that you can engage, right? One, I want you to take notes. I want you to engage. You received that, Angie? Absolutely. I'm glad you said that. I'm so happy you said that. Who else receives that? Over Facebook, I see Periscope. They over here getting it in. But Facebook Live, do you all receive that? Do you receive that? The question I'm asking is, after I told you that there is nothing wrong with you, I need to know, how does that concept make you feel? I mean, think about it. Did it give you some form of relief? Did it give you some form of relief? Did it affirm that you are okay? Good, good. Did it affirm that you were okay? Angie says, yes, I feel free. Did it make you feel better? Kimberly, you received that too? Absolutely. When you find out you received that too, Dee, awesome, awesome, awesome. You are rocking and rolling with me today. I'm excited about that because I need you to feel that. Kimberly says, thank you for the reminder. Absolutely. That's what today is all about. I wanted to remind you that, guess what? There's nothing wrong with you. Because see, here's the thing. You all are watching this now, but guess what? Somebody is going to reject that. Somebody is going to reject that. Absolutely, Angie. It releases you from the opinions of others. Hello, Star. Hello, Miss Star. Actually, the question that was on the table right now, or the statement that was on the table, is I wanted you to know that there is nothing wrong with you. And so the question is, how do you receive that? I mean, did it free you? Did it affirm you? Did it make you feel okay? Did it make you feel better? Or did you flat out reject that today? Did you flat out reject it because you said, LaShonda, you've had us doing these exercises on identifying where we were, and I saw some things that I didn't necessarily like. So guess what? LaShonda, that doesn't sit well with me. That doesn't really vibe with me, that there is nothing wrong with me. And here's the thing. You might be saying, girl, Coach Lee, Coach LaShonda, you don't know what you're talking about. And guess what? Wherever you are right now is absolutely okay. Because guess what? Maybe that statement, maybe me saying that there is nothing wrong with you, maybe that gave you a blend of all of those options. Or maybe it gave you something totally different. But let me tell you this. What I know, absolutely know, is that when you truly accept yourself, your life will work out better. So I want to repeat it again. There is nothing wrong with you. Now you may be saying, all right, LaShonda, if you want me to believe that, if you want me to believe that there is nothing wrong with me, then you must tell me, what does that statement mean? And I'm glad that you are inquisitive like that. Here's the thing. So many people are walking around, right? They're walking around, living their life totally in brokenness. Do you hear me? They feeling that their life is totally broken. They're weary, they're wounded, right? In some type of way, shape, form, or fashion, because at the core of their thinking right now, they're thinking that they're not good enough. See, that's the problem. We're thinking that we're not good enough, or we're thinking that we are not worthy, right? We're either thinking we're not good enough, and we're thinking we're not worthy. Because see, if you can't accept the statement that I'm saying that there is nothing wrong with you, then that's the indicator that, one, you don't believe that you're worthy, or you don't believe that you're good enough. And as a matter of fact, when you have that type of thinking, you begin to count up all your faults. Listen, we know we have faults, right? But you begin to count up all your faults and you use them as evidence that you are defective, right? But here's the thing. What if this? What if I urge you just to open up your mind? Open up your mind to the idea, just for a moment, that there is nothing wrong with you. What if you opened up and said, you know what? There really isn't anything wrong with me. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Maybe your body isn't functioning at 100%, right? I'm not denying that there may be sickness, there may be illness or something like that. But here's the thing. Your body is not who you are. Your body isn't who you are, right? There may be something that is not operating at 100%, but that's not who you are. As a matter of fact, your body is just the vessel that carries your soul on this earth, right? But your body is not who you are. Who you are, who you truly are, actually arrived on this earth with everything that it needed to endure the journey that you're on. So if you're sitting here thinking that I can't handle it, if you're sitting here thinking that this is too much for me, I want to remind you today that it's not. When you arrived here, you were already equipped, you were already enabled, you were already capable of handling life's journey. Did you know that? Did you know that? And that's why I can say with total confidence that you are more than enough. Now, listen, hey, if you haven't already done so, share this broadcast, because somebody else needs to accept themselves, because when they do that, their life will become better, right? They need to accept the fact that they were already equipped and made for this journey. Whatever you are experiencing right now is part of the journey to help you become better. I've experienced a lot of heartache and pain, but I promise you, I wouldn't change a thing. Now, I ain't telling you I would want to repeat it, but I'm telling you today, I wouldn't change a thing, because it is what shaped me today. Now, here's the thing. The reality is this. Yes, you are more than enough. Yes, you are worthy. Yes, there is nothing wrong with you. However, can some of our behaviors be wrong? Yes. Some of our behaviors can be totally wrong. And guess what? We've identified some of those behaviors this week. Am I right? Through the exercises, we've identified some of these behaviors. Can our thinking be wrong? Absolutely yes. And as a matter of fact, we've identified some of the lack of belief that we have in ourselves this week. As a matter of fact, we've identified some of our limiting thoughts this week, right? Hey, Rochelle. Hey, Sharon. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Miss Angie. I thank you for the hearts on Facebook and Periscope. Have we made some mistakes and errors? Yes, we have. And guess what? We've identified some of them this week. And in spite of the mistakes, in spite of the behaviors, in spite of the thinking, guess what? You are still good enough. You are still worthy. As a matter of fact, again, there is nothing wrong with you, because see, who you are at the core. We're talking about the core now. We have jumped away from surface level, right? Who you are at the core is who you were meant to be. And in that sense, there's nothing wrong with you. Who you are at the core. Hey, Adrian, who you are. I'm glad you received that. Who you are at the core of you is who you were meant to be. And in that sense, there's nothing wrong with you. And that's why at the end of the day, ladies, we have that yearning to be greater. We have that burning desire to be more. My words are just a little twisted, but you bear with me today, okay? We have that yearning because we know that deep down there's a greater potential that we have yet tapped into, because we know that we're good enough at the core of us. We know that we're worthy at the core of us. And we know that there's absolutely nothing wrong at the core of us. Because let me just jump over here for a quick second. Because we know at the end of the day, we were created in his image. So I'm just jumping in that space for a quick second. And now I'm going to jump back. So here's the kicker. With all of that knowing, with all of that believing, right? Here's the kicker. Identifying and getting to know who we are at the core, that's the project. That's the project that we own. That's the life's journey. That's the work. Being able to identify and find out who we are at the core. Because guess what? Our past experiences, our past failures, our past pains have literally put us in a position where we've gotten stuck. And we've been stopped from digging deep, because maybe we are afraid. Maybe there's fear. Maybe there's a lack of hope and despair and a lack of faith because of all of the things we've already encountered on this journey. It has a way of robbing us from our energy and it just creates that space where we don't want to even dream again. We get satisfied with having little when really abundance is promised to us, right? And so our ultimate goal is to live a rich and rewarding life, but we have to find out who we are at the core. And my word to you today is that at the core of who you are, there's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Like I said, yes, we've made some bad mistakes. Yes, our thinking can be a little bit off, where our thinking brings to us more stress than it brings to us more peace. And yes, we've done some bad behaviors, right? But at the core of us, at the core of who we are more than enough, and there's nothing wrong with us. And so here's the thing. Why is self-acceptance so important? Why do we need to accept ourselves and who we are? Because at the end of the day, we're just on a course correction, right? First of all, when we really, and I want you to hear me clearly, when we really accept, love, and approve of ourselves exactly as we are, then everything else in life works better. Here's a question. Did you know that self-acceptance doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want to change, right? It doesn't mean that you don't want to get better in your performance. It doesn't mean that you don't want to get better in your production. It doesn't mean that you don't want to get better in your thinking. It doesn't mean that you don't want greater and better behaviors and habits. And it doesn't mean that you don't want any of that when you accept yourself. What it means is that you are willing literally to give up some of the things that are not working for you so that you can be better, so that you can get away from the limiting beliefs, so that you can get away from self-sabotage. Because when you accept that there's nothing wrong with you, then you want to release all of the stuff that you may be doing wrong. Did you hear what I said? When you accept that there is nothing wrong with you, then you want to get rid of everything that you may be doing that's wrong. So self-acceptance doesn't mean that you don't want to change. Self-acceptance means that I want to get in alignment with the core of who I am. I want to get in alignment with the core of who I am. And you all might say, girl, you are screaming at us. I am just trying to make sure you hear me, because I'm excited about it, because I had to go through this myself. So I'm only telling you that which I already know has worked for me. Here's the thing. The secret to finding the happiness and peace that you seek in your life is not trying to figure out what's wrong with you. Instead, your aim, did you hear me? Your aim is to explore the truth of who you really are. Do you see why this week, these last 5 days, identifying who you are and where you are is so important? Because your happiness and your peace is wrapped up in that. Your happiness and your peace is wrapped up in that. You can't change the core of who you are. You don't even have the authority to change the core of who you are. All you can do is love the core of who you are, accept the core of who you are, and approve of the core of who you are. You can't change that thing. So instead of trying to figure out what's all wrong with you, start accepting the truth of who you are. So I want you to consider this. I want you to consider this. Just imagine that your vision is getting blurry. And believe it or not, y'all, I have to wear glasses at nighttime because stuff look a little bit blurry at nighttime. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, Miss Tina. So just imagine that your vision gets a little blurry, right? And so when your vision gets blurry, what do? You go to the eye doctor so that you can get a prescription for a pair of glasses. But just imagine that a mistake was made in the lab. And instead of getting the prescription that you needed, you got a prescription that was far too strong for you. And when you put those glasses on, first it made your vision worse, and then it gave you a really bad headache. And so now you realize the problem. You say, wait a minute, I'm not looking through these. This is not the right lens for me. And so you realize the problem. So you go back to the doctor and you get the prescription that is right for you. Now you put those glasses on. I wish I had my glasses right next to me. Now you put those glasses on. Okay, do it with me. Put your glasses on. Now you put those glasses on, and now the world appears sharper, right? The world appears more crisp and the world appears beautiful because now you see the world more clearly because you're looking through the right lens. Let me tell you something. Self-acceptance is like putting on that wonderful new pair of glasses. Did you hear what I said? Self-acceptance is like putting on that wonderful new pair of glasses. You see every action, you see every thought in a new light. All of your actions now become new. All of your thoughts become new. I remember my son actually suffers from astigmatism, right? But at first we didn't know it. So he would go to school and he was just having some problems. And I knew he wasn't a dumb child. And I knew he didn't have behavior issues, right? So eventually his teacher said, get him checked out for glasses. Lo and behold, my son is diagnosed with astigmatism, not just in one eye, but both eyes. So we get him those glasses, right? And we're driving, and as I'm driving, he's in the back seat, and I'm driving, and he says to me, Mom, watch out for that tree. And I said, son, I've always seen the tree. You're just now seeing the tree. And we laughed and we laughed and we laughed because he literally did not see that tree. But when he got those new glasses, he said, Mom, watch out for that tree. And I said, son, I've always seen the tree. Listen, there are some people that have always seen the best in you, even when you couldn't see the best in yourself. Right? There are some people that already saw your greater potential. There is somebody that already knew that you were going to be somebody powerful. Right? Because see, they saw you from a different lens. Now today, I want you to see yourself from that lens, right? I want you to embrace your authentic self. The things that make you different, embrace that. Don't try to change that. Embrace that. You got to accept yourself. You got to love yourself. And when you do that, the world becomes rich with a sense of peace and happiness that may have been eluding you for years. So again, there's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. Right? All you have to do is find out who you are at the core of you and then live it out. Walk it out, right? Step into your greatness. Be all that you were destined to be. Don't hold back on nothing. Don't hold back on nothing, because the more we listen to our inner self, I remember Oprah Winfrey said is when she listened to her inner self, every decision that she made turned out right. It was only when she began to question her inner self that she made mistakes. Now, in order for you to get that so in tune, that means you got to dig deep. You got to pull back the layers, right? You have to pull back the layers. But I want you today to accept who you are. So listen, share this broadcast. But before we close, do you all have any questions? Do you have any questions? Was this something that really resonated with your spirit? Was it something that you just absolutely needed to hear today? Is it something that you're having a hard time receiving because you've been so much bombarded with the hurt and the pain of your past? So if you have any questions today, definitely I want you to go ahead and type them in. And of course, my goal is to address those questions. But I also want to make sure that you share this broadcast, because somebody else that you already know, you probably can call them by name right now. They're having a hard time with accepting themselves because they're looking at their mistakes. They're looking at the way that they think. They're looking at their past behaviors. They're looking at all of the things outside of them and summing up that that's who they are, and they see failure, failure, failure. But I need them to know that there's nothing wrong with them, because at the core is their true self. At the core of them is their true self. And so if you would share this video, it would of course allow more people to get in tune and at least begin the journey or the process of digging deep. Now, today we just wrapped up step 1 of the ebook, 10 Steps to Take Control of Your Life and Live It to the Fullest. And so if you don't have that ebook, then go ahead and download your free copy at bit.ly/live life full. That's a capital L, a capital L, and a capital F, okay? I should have had that typed out. I apologize. And here's the other thing. What I'm talking about right now, getting to the core of you, is why I am doing my masterclass December the 6th. It is an advanced goal setting masterclass for those individuals who are looking to dig deep, to create goals that are going to be in alignment with who they really are. I want to make sure that you have strategies so that you can really intentionally set powerful goals for this coming year. There is no need to wait for 2017 and then start creating your goals. Right now, it's time to start creating goals for 2017. And right now is the time to start working on those goals for 2017 so that you can explode into 2017. I don't know about you. I don't want to tiptoe into 2017. I am intentional about exploding into 2017, right? The next thing I want to make sure a fail-proof system in place to not only set those goals, but to be able to get those goals. And then lastly, I want to show you how to take the big picture and break it down into smaller parts and then schedule them out so that you can achieve them, because small wins give you the energy, the motivation, the inspiration to continue to move forward and get the ultimate win that you're looking for, right? And so 2017, declare it right now that it is going to be your best year ever. And so my masterclass, I'm only accepting 30 people because I want it to be intimate and private, and it's going to be on video, not on Periscope, not on Facebook Live. It's going to be on video because I want to interact with you, right? I don't just want you to look at presentation slides. I want you to see me. I want to see you, and I want to make sure that you are clear with what we're doing. This is something that I literally teach to my VIP clients, but guess what? I'm teaching it to you now, no strings attached, and it's only $17. And I know you probably chucking, but I wanted to make sure that there was no reason you would make an excuse to miss this class that's literally going to catapult you into having the peace and the happiness and the fulfillment of life that you so desire. And so listen, the link, if you're on Facebook, the link is in the broadcast. You see it. If you are on Periscope, the link is also in the broadcast, bit.ly/destiny 2017. Go ahead and register today so that we can get you enrolled, because after the 30 is enrolled, I'm going to discontinue and shut down the link, because again, I want it to be intimate and private. I want to make sure that I can serve you on a bigger and a greater level. I'm a servant. That's what I do. And so I want to be able to, after your first quarter in 2017, I want you to be able to say, man, I'm so happy I took that master class for $17 because I have accomplished more in my first quarter than I accomplished in all of 2016. That's what I'm talking about. Live greater, be more, do more, have more, right? Enjoy life more. So would you join me? Will you join me? Invite your friends, because friends don't allow friends to miss opportunities, okay? So listen, tomorrow we step into step 2. We will be stepping into step 2 of the 10 steps of how to take control of your life and live it to the fullest, all right? So we've closed up step 1. Hopefully you all have gotten a lot. If you've missed any of the videos, feel free to go back into my timeline. My page is public, so we don't have to be friends. You can go back into my timeline and you can see all of the videos that we've already done on identifying who you are, identifying where you are. And also, if you are a part of my email list, I'm going to make sure that I put all the links in one email and send them out to you so that you can have it. So if you're on Facebook Live, make sure you join me on Periscope. If you're on Periscope, make sure you join me on Facebook so that I can make sure that you're not missing any of the information. Because, of course, there are some things you can do on Periscope that you can't on Facebook Live and vice versa. So I want to make sure that you all are connected. So with that, I'm going to close out today with this. If it's important to you, you will find a way. If it's not important to you, you will make an excuse. You have to determine what is and is not important to you. So if exploding into 2017 is important to you, then I encourage you to register today for my Advanced Goal Setting Masterclass. All right? Enjoy the videos. Do the work. Do the work. Don't just get this information. Get the information, which is knowledge. Understand the information and then implement the knowledge, which is wisdom. All right? Implement it so that you can be an example that this works. Because when people see it working in you, they will be attracted to it. So make sure, again, you share this broadcast. Periscope, share the broadcast. Facebook Live, share the broadcast. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, all right? Enjoy the rest of this day, and don't forget, register for the class before it sells out. God bless you. Have an incredible day. Bye now.